Hello everybody and welcome to my first ever Rogue Company guide video. In this video, I hope to explain to you first, what is Rogue Company and the game modes inside of it. Second, the maps inside of Rogue Company that are currently playable. Third, the characters you can currently play as well as their abilities, weapons, grenades, and passives. And lastly, what you get from the 3 different editions of the Rogue Company game store. Firstly, let's start with what is Rogue Company. Rogue Company is a 4v4 third-person shooter with multiple characters with varying abilities and skills, allowing for different playstyles and tactics within the game. Currently, there are 2 playable game modes as of the making of this video. However, there should be an expected 4 once the game is fully released. These 4 are labeled Extraction, Wingman, Demolition, and Strikeout. The 2 playable currently are Demolition and Strikeout. First, let's talk about Demolition. Currently, this game mode is similar to Counter-Strike, where there is 2 bomb sites, the A and the B bomb site. The attacking side is armed with a bomb tasked at destroying one of these 2 bomb sites or eliminating the enemy team before the timer shall end. The defending side is tasked at stopping the bomb from being planted or eliminating the enemy team before the timer ends. However, if the timer runs out, the defending side shall win the round. However, again, if the bomb is planted, the defending team will have to kill the attackers or defuse the bomb before the bomb goes off. If the bomb goes off, the attacking side shall win. Similar to Counter-Strike, there is a pistol round in Rogue Company, only for Demolition. In Demolition, each team spawns in with $5,000 per player and a pistol. After the round ends, every character may buy a weapon or a perk or a melee weapon or a grenade, depending on the player's preference, and the rounds will keep going up until round 6, where after the round ends, the sides will be switched, and after the sides are switched, it is first team till 7 wins. After the team to 7 wins hits 7, you win the game. Unlike Counter-Strike, however, the buy menu is you keep everything you purchase in the buy menu once the round ends. As if in Counter-Strike, if you purchase an AK and you died with it, you would lose the AK. In this game, if you purchase a weapon and you die with it, upon spawning in on the next round, you will receive your AK or whatever weapon you have once again, as well as the upgrades, the perks, your grenades, your abilities, anything. The second game mode, Strikeout, is a 4v4 game mode similar to Demolition, where there are 12 lives per team. There is a King of the Hill based objective where there is one in the middle of a certain area on the map, which you either capture or hold depending on if you have the site, and after about 45 seconds it will tick down and the team with the objective earns a life. The goal is to drain the enemy lives and excess enemies from the game. It is first to 3 rounds and the winner wins the game. Now we have the maps currently available on Rogue Company. Currently, the 7 maps playable in Rogue Company are Factory, Favelas, High Castle, Icarus, Canals, Skyfell, and Windward. In Demolition, you are able to play all 7 of these maps. However, in the Strikeout game mode, High Castle is removed. Now that we have completed the maps, now onto the characters. Currently, the 13 characters in Rogue Company, or Rogues as the game will call them, are Anvil, Chaac, Dallas, Dima, Glitch, Lancer, Phantom, Ronin, Saints, Scorch, Talon, Trench, and Vi. All these characters have a unique gadget or passive. Starting with the first character on the rogue list, we have Anvil. Anvil's unique ability is a barricade which deploys that blocks movement and damage unless destroyed or hacked by Glitch's hacking device, with his passive rounding out to being immune to disorient, slows, and blind effects, which is almost every single grenade that isn't lethal in the game Rogue Company. His 2 primary weapons are the Arbitrator Shotgun and the MLX Maul Light Machine Gun. His secondary is the Executioner, and his melee weapon is the Baseball Bat. His C4 and the APS Grenade Denial System are the gadgets. His 2 perks, which are $4,000 each, are Shredder Rounds and Berserker. His 2 that are 6,500 are Helping Hand, Tenacity. Headstrong and Life Drain are his 2 10,000 perks. Chaac's Stimpack ability allows him to overheal himself for a duration while alive, or revive himself while in the downed state. His passive Grit allows him to dodge roll while down, as well as gaining increased health while down. His two primaries are the SKL-6 shotgun and the D-40C submachine gun. He has a secondary that is the Spitfire and the Katana melee weapon. His gadgets are Flashbang and Semtex. His 6 perks, starting with the 4000, are Shredder rounds and Cloaked. His 650 are Stalker, Helping Hand. His 10,000 are Replenish and Life Drain. Third is Dallas. His target finder ability reveals the closest enemy for a duration, with his passive being, upon downing an enemy, it will recharge his target finder ability, allowing for multiple kills in a short span of time. His two primary weapons are the Devotion and the HRM-30KS. His secondary revolver and the throwing axe melee weapon round out his secondaries, and his EMP grenade and his incendiary grenade are his two gadgets. His 4000 perks are Padded Steps and Berserker. His 6500 perks are Stalker and Bounce Back, and his 10,000 perks are Headstrong and Replenish. Fourth on the list is Dima. His MIRV launcher equips a devastating cluster grenade launcher, which upon firing releases a shot toward a wall, which then bursts out into a span of mini cluster grenades which deal lethal damage to enemies in the area. His passive Burned allows enemies who are downed by you to be reviewed by your team for a short duration. The KR-30 and the Mamba are his two primary weapons, and the Executioner is his secondary, with the throwing axe being his melee weapon. The EMP grenade and the normal grenade are his two gadgets. His 4K perks are Shredder rounds and Berserker. His 6500 perks are Nimble Hands and Bounce Back. His 10,000 are Replenish and Life Drain. Fifth is Glitch. His ability Hack, he gives himself a device which sees the enemies within a span on his radar and allows himself to hack their systems or destroy gadgets placed within the system area. His passive Intuition allows himself to see these equipments through walls. His SKL-6 is his shotgun primary weapon, and the LMPX is his submachine gun primary weapon. His secondary is the Executioner, and the melee weapon is the baseball bat. His Flashbang and his Semtex are his gadgets, and the 4000 perks are Padded Steps, Evade, and his 6500 are Bounce Back, Nimble Hands, with his 10,000s being Sixth Sense and Tracker rounds. Sixth on the list is Lancer. Her ability, Quick and Quiet, allows her to gain increased movement speed, quieter movement within jumping, moving, and walking, and immunity to reveals for a duration or until firing your weapon. Her passive, Elusive, when activating your dodge roll, currently reloads your equipped weapon. Her primaries are the 240S SMG, and the second primary is the Striker 8x10 shotgun. Her secondary is the Spitfire, and the throwing axe is her melee weapon. Her two gadgets are the Smoke Grenade and the Semtex Grenade. Her 4000 perks are Padded Steps and Shredder rounds. Her 6500 perks are Stalker and Helping Hand. Her 10,000 perks are Tracker rounds and Life Drain. In 7th, we have Trench. His barbed wire grenade ability creates a barbed wire field that slows enemies and teammates. His passive, Gadget Up, allows him to carry an additional gadget. His two primary weapons are the MXR DMR and the HRM-30KS assault rifle. His Executioner is the secondary, with the baseball bat being the melee weapon. His two gadgets are the Tear Gas Grenade and the APS Grenade Denial System. His 4000 perks are Berserker and Shredder rounds. His 650 perks are Tenacity and Bounce Back. His 10,000 perks are Headstrong and Tracker rounds. 8th on the list is Talon. His Radar Dart equips a radar dart. When thrown, attaches to surfaces and detects nearby enemies on your radar. His passive, Mag Gloves, picks up and reclaims items from a certain distance. His two primaries are the D3DI DMR and the LMPX SMG. His secondary weapon is the P12K, and his katana is his melee weapon. His two gadgets are the C4 and the Flashbang, with his 4000 perks being Shredder rounds, Padded Steps, and his 6500 perks being Tenacity, Nimble Hands, and lastly his 10,000 perks are Sixth Sense and Life Drain. 9th on the rogue list is Scorch. Her ability Overheat, for a period of time lights your firearms and melee weapons with fire, which sets enemies when hit on fire, dealing some significant damage over time. Her passive is that she is immune to fire within Scorch's ability and incendiary grenades, any form of fire. Her two primary weapons are the SLC and the Arbitrator. Her secondary is the A3 Salvo, and her melee weapon is Rosie, the only non-throwable melee weapon within Rogue Company. Her two gadgets are the Incendiary Grenade and the EMP Grenade. Her 6 perks, with her 4000 being Berserker and Evade, Tenacity and Nimble Hands are her 6500, and Headstrong and Replenish are her 10,000. In 10th, we have Saint. Saint sends out a medical drone to revive a single player down anywhere on the map. His passive is once he revives any player, teammate, he heals both of you for a significant amount of HP. Usually when downed and rezzed by any other teammate, you will have 30 out of your 100 health points. However, when revived by Saint, you will have 80 out of your 100 health points. His two primary weapons are the Mamba and the MLX Mark IV, which is the one of the two only weapons which allows you to go first person when aiming. His secondary is the Executioner, with his melee being the Throwing Axe. His two gadgets are the Smoke Grenade and the Trip Mine. His 4000 perk is Evade and Cloaked. His 6500 are Helping Hand and Bounce Back. His 10,000 are Headstrong and Tracker Rounds. Next, we have Phantom, the 11th character on the Rogue list. Her ability is Nano Smoke, which equips a smoke grenade that reveals all enemies within the smoke grenade. Her passive, Grievous Wounds, causes delayed health regeneration from any enemy which is damaged by Phantom. Her two primary weapons are the LR-15 full-body sniper rifle and the Aaron L212 DMR. Her secondary is the P12K, and her throwing axe is her melee weapon. Her two gadgets are the Sticky Sensor Grenade and the Normal Grenade. Her 6 perks are Evade and Cloaked, being her 4000, Nimble Hands and Stalker, being her 6500, Life Drain and Tracker Rounds being her 10,000. In 12th, we have Ronin. Her ballistic knife ability equips a throwing knife that attaches to surfaces and detonates when any enemy walks next to it, causing insane damage and usually tends to down an enemy. Her passive is Underground, which means she is hidden on the enemy's minimap. Her two weapons are the SLOC SMG and the KA-30 assault rifle. Her secondary is the Spitfire, and her katana is her melee weapon. She has a smoke grenade and a grenade. Her 4K perks are Berserker and Evade. Her 6500 perks are Tenacity and Nimble Hands. Her 10,000 perks are Replenish and Sixth Sense. Lastly, in 13th, we have Vi. Her ability is Vile Poison, which creates a cluster of poison pools similar to an incendiary grenade that reduces enemy maximum health. Her passive is any enemy which has their health reduced will increase her maximum health to a cap of 25, allowing for a maximum HP of 125. Her two primaries are the Nightshade Assault Rifle and the S12 Tactical Shotgun. Her secondary is an Executioner, and her melee weapon is a katana. Her two gadgets are Tear Gas Grenades and Incendiary Grenades. Her 4000 perks are Evade and Cloaked, with her 6500 perks being Tenacity and Helping Hand. Her 10,000 perks are Sixth Sense and Replenish. Lastly, we have what comes in the 3 different editions of the Rogue Company game. If you are purchasing this on PC, you will go to roguecompany.com. On the main screen, there will be a Play Now button. You will click Play Now, and you will be given the screen Starters Founder Pack, Ultimate Founders Pack, or the Standard Founders Pack. In the Starter Founders Pack, you will receive 6 free rogues, a rare spray, an epic emo, a rare outfit, and an epic skin wrap. This is the default starting pack for Rogue Company and will be given to every single player who buys the game. After that edition, we have the Standard Edition, which gives you everything you get in the Starter Edition, but you also get the rest of the rogues on the rogue list and a rare outfit for Chaac. Lastly, in the $60 edition of the game, you get everything you got in the Standard Edition, but you would also get a Lancer skin, the Chaac spray, the Leg Day Dance emote, and 1,500 Rogue Bucks, which is the in-game currency for Rogue Company. And that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed, comment if you had any questions or concerns about the video, subscribe for more content, and if this video gets over 100 views, I will end up probably trying to make a guide for Anvil, but I want to really make a guide for everybody for this game because I like it a lot and I'm really enjoying it right now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.